Hey pros, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today we are doing a hair prosthetic or replacement service on my client who has alopecia, and that shininess that you guys see, that basically tells you that it is scarring. So that means that no hair typically will grow back in outside of the follicles that might still be alive in spontaneous places. So to start the process, I went ahead and relaxed her sides and her back. Now, a little disclaimer, you guys. Yes, my client does have alopecia, and the service that she chose, she does not want to be natural. She doesn't aspire to be natural. She actually likes to have her hair nice and short. So a relaxer is definitely required on the sides and the back in order for us to be able to blend this prosthetic with her hair. Now, relaxer wise, I of course don't need to put in a relaxer in the crown area, and we are also going to be cutting down the sides and the back towards the end of the service when we're blending in her prosthetic with her hair. So you guys never really get to see the full process unless you guys are like on live. So today you'll basically get to see some of the process. Now I'm not going to show you guys everything because you do have to be able to pay for a class like this, but hey, you guys know your girl is all about sharing, and sharing is caring. So once I cleaned off her crown area, it does require you to shave off any hair that is up there. Will that kill any live follicles? No. But the purpose of you shaving the hair off up there is so the adhesive that is used can actually adhere correctly. And then, of course, whatever hair is growing, you cannot stop it from growing. It will actually grow and begin to move the prosthetic as time goes by, basically meaning it's time for reattachment at a certain point. Now, even though I am putting adhesive in the area, even though she has a ton of scarring up there, that does not stop me from protecting her actual scalp. So I do use a skin protectant just to ensure that my client's scalp is prepared and protected from the adhesive itself. Now, when I say protected, that doesn't mean if you have an allergy to the adhesive, it's not going to give you an allergic reaction of any sort. No, but protective means that you are prepping the area and giving the hair or the scalp area a clean base to basically be bacteria free before you put your actual unit on. And it also allows for the unit to lay a lot longer. So that's what I mean when I say protected, because you do have to actually prep the scalp first for you to put adhesive on. But a lot of stylists neglect this step, and I am not one of them. Okay, so now the prosthetic is actually on. I'm just going through and cutting off the excess. The prosthetic pieces, they come, I'm not going to say in a universal size, but you buy them in a specific shape, and then you can cut it down to wherever you need to cut it down to, so it will match the space that you're working with on your client. Now, for those of you who are wondering, is this a service that can be done for you? This is something that you do have to do a consultation for. Why? Because prosthetic pieces actually come in different textures, different colors. So we match it to your hair texture, hair type, the color that you might want, the curl pattern that you might want. These are hand tied, so they are literally made for the client, and I do it on a case-by-case basis. So I order these specific to each client that I'm working with. Now, once the prosthetic is put on, here is where all the work really comes in, because now my job is to blend it in with her hair and to make it look as natural as absolutely possible. The good thing about this particular type of prosthetic is that it is nice and I'm going to say nice and thin, but the density on it is really good. When you're doing a service like this, you do want to make sure that you are not getting a prosthetic that is just going to be too bulky and look like a toupee. That's not what we want. So if you guys can tell, it actually blends in with her hair, and of course the cut also makes a huge difference. And then it is also the color of her hair, so all of that also blends in as well. So it's super important, you guys, that if you're a stylist and you want to get into doing prosthetics or hair replacement, please get you some training. It's not something that I would say to wing it and do it on your own, but training is definitely going to help you. Now, another thing in regards to her aftercare, all she typically does is molds her sides and her back if needed. She comes in every two to 4 weeks, and we basically can do a reattachment service where we take the prosthetic off, or we just kind of go back through and clean any areas where the prosthetic might have lifted. And then from there, we, put it back down. This is not like a traditional lace front surface where I know a lot of you are comparing it to that. This is a little bit different. It has a little more longevity, and it's made for people like herself who has, issues with any type of balding or thinning. A lot of times we don't know that these kind of services are even available to us because traditionally we've always only seen men with things like this, where now they come in so many textures. Anyone can get a prosthetic. It's just basically making sure that it's customized for your needs and for your lifestyle. Now, for my client, her prosthetics last quite some time. Like, she doesn't replace her prosthetic pieces very often. And when she does, it's merely because it's either, her original piece has probably started to thin. It functions like regular hair. It does. It functions like regular hair. Anyhow, while I finish up the cut, let's talk a little bit about this week. So this week, you guys know, is our Elite Black Friday week, where we have a ton of different sales going on. And we are also launching some brand new product lines, which is our low porosity collection, our Voila purple toning shampoo. Don't mind Baby C in the background. He's like, I don't want you to do this voiceover. You're getting on my nerve. Anyhow, we have our Voila purple toning shampoo, and then of course we also have our Definitely Curl Defining Gel with black castor oil and snail mucin, and our low porosity line is also powered by snail mucin. So they're extremely hydrating products, and they are going to leave that hair feeling like silk. Okay. All right, so what I'm doing now is just going through and I am bumping her and curling her hair to blend it in with the prosthetic unit. Now, this part you can kind of customize. I could give her highlights. I could make it shorter. I could have kept it longer. But this is actually her go-to style. She loves this style. I love this style on her because it looks really, really nice. And it blends so well. And she's actually able to take very good care of this at home. So that's really an added plus. Now, I'm just carving out her sideburns. You guys know you want it to look like it's her hair. That's super important. And that's another reason why when I do my unit, I like to make sure that I am blending the extensions as best possible with her hair and removing that line of demarcation that you could possibly see between her hair and the prosthetic unit. And of course, if you don't have silky hair, like how this unit is really silky, it does come in different textures. It can be more of a yucky feel. It can be more curly. It's so many different things that can happen with the prosthetic piece. So I really just want to shed light to this service because a lot of people don't know that this service is actually available to you. And this is an alternative for those of you who are dealing with alopecia and you're just tired of the traditional sew-in or the traditional wearing of the wig every day. So, she's been doing this for over a year now, and it works out really, really well. She loves the way it looks on her. I love the way it looks on her. And then I'm just at the tail end of completing the style. Now, this is where I just kind of go through and just give her some layers, blend it out a little bit. She likes to keep her bangs nice and long. I prefer them long as well. And then for her aftercare at home, she'll put her scarf around the sides and back. She can pin curl the front. She can bump the front whenever she needs to. Like, there's really a lot that you can do with your prosthetic units. Like, this service is really customizable based on the person. Anyway, you guys, I am going to let you guys see the finished result. And then I want you guys to comment down below and tell me what you guys think about the finish. Tell me what you think about the blend. And then don't forget to go and shop our sales this week. EliteHairCare@USA.com. And also CrystalWOnline.com. And then my hubby is having a sale on his site, which is TopNotchFlames.com. He does have some new merch, some sweatsuits for Christmas and winter. It's really, really nice. So go check out TopNotchFlames.com as well. And then I'll see everybody in the next video. Don't forget to watch it to the end. Bye.